Hello everyone, Xylophoney here to welcome you back to How to Pixelmon, your instructional Pixelmon guide. And we have an update here of 3.1.6. So there's some more Pokemon to add, 8 in specific recently added that I'm not entirely familiar with, so I'm going to use this to, get myself more familiar with them and hopefully get you guys more familiar with them as well. Now with the new update, one of the most anticipated and favorite additions were of course Riolu and Lucario. So Riolu starts here, and rain. Let's toggle that downfall. And a little Chimchar up there. So, Lucario. There you are. So here we have a Lucario, of course. The animations are amazing, and the best part is the run. Like, look at that. It's just amazing. Here we also have the shinies as well. So there's the shiny Lucario and the shiny Riolu. They get that nice gold and yellow format. So really nice additions to the game overall, and of course, fan favorites among many people. Now personally, I've never really played a game with these guys in it. Oh, that formation. Oh man, so I don't have as much of an attachment with these guys, but I really do like the Pokemon regardless. So we're going to start by looking at some of the builds you can do for Lucario to make it stronger. Obviously, to get it from a Riolu to Lucario, you want to level it up with happiness. And once it gets to happiness 220, just any sort of evolution will evolve it. I believe it's during the day it has to be. It might be during the night, but I'm pretty sure it's day. So you can go ahead and do that, and you'll have yourself a mighty fine Lucario. Now, in most situations, when you want to level them up with happiness, you want to do it early on, and that does also work well for one of these Lucario builds. The first being, of course, the physical attacker build. Now, I have that represented in blue here with these two. So Riolu, you can level this guy up as soon as you want. In fact, the sooner the better. If you can turn him into a Lucario before level 14, that'll be the most ideal. Because then, actually no, I think he gets the ability regardless in this version. So scratch that. So you can level him up as early as you want and you'll still be fine. Because the move you're going to want early on is the move Force Palm. Now Force Palm, it's 100% needed on Lucario, it's just a good move to have. This is a setup of moves that you will probably want on him if you're not going to use any TMs. Force Palm is a fighting move, so you'll get that stab, making it approximately 90 power. And it also has a chance to paralyze the enemy, which, paralyzing can be good. So you can have that. Most importantly, though, you're going to want to learn Close Combat. That's going to be the best move you can have on a physical attacker. That's 120 power, stab that up to 180. It's going to be really good. Now, if you are going to go up against a Pokemon which you think you can take some hits from, and Lucario's not the squishiest of Pokemon, he can take a couple hits, you can go in with a Swords Dance so you can, really increase your attack power. If you get that really increased, he's going to really pretty much one-hit most things that come at him. And of course, Extreme Speed. He learns this at level 65, and this is one of the strongest priority attack moves. It'll hit first, and it'll hit with power of 80, which if you're trying to finish something off is a very good setup to have. Now, just so you know when to use certain moves such as that, here are some of the weaknesses here represented over here. Fire is a weakness of Lucario, but good thing he can learn Earthquake and Stone Edge through TM, so you can be able to counter that as long as you can outspeed your opponent. Ground is another weakness, however, Lucario doesn't have any way of countering ground attackers, so you're going to want to try to avoid doing anything too idle when ground attackers are out. And of course fighting, because he's part steel. And with fighting, a physical Lucario cannot counter it, but a special attack Lucario can. So we'll just have that out there. Now natures you're going to want for that physical attack Lucario, of course, your Adamant or Jolly. Adamant to be the most damage you can get, and it reduces special attack. You're not going to use any of them either way. I would probably prefer Jolly because Lucario has a base speed of 90, and if you can emphasize that speed and up the speed as much as possible, then you'll be able to make him attack first, and he already has some good damage, but you're going to want to have either one of those probably to make the best one you can have. Also good second choices are Lonely and Naughty for the attack, or Hasty or Naive for the speed. So I would definitely go for one of those with a physical attack Lucario. You can also do some TMs for him. This is actually, you want to go with these TMs. So, you got some of your basic physical attack ones like Stone Edge and Earthquake. You can also learn Rock Slide if you would prefer the accuracy. But where'd he go? Here he is. So, of course, if you got yourself a spare Earthquake TM, that would be great. You can also learn Poison Jab if you need an extra poison move on your team. Now, things you can replace Force Palm if you want. That's fine to replace. You don't necessarily need that. Earthquake. You can replace Swords Dance even. Swords Dance is good to replace, and Extreme Speed if you want to. Now, keep any of the moves you would like there. You want to use the moves as fit for your team. So if you don't have any poison Pokemon on your team, definitely get that Poison Jab, and so on for all that. You can also learn Shadow Claw as well, so if you would like to do that. But definitely keep that close combat. That's going to be his strongest move no matter what you do. So that's the important thing to have on him. Now let's move over to this Special Attack Lucario. Now to set up a perfect Special Attack Lucario, it definitely does take a little bit more effort than a Physical Attack Lucario. Thing is, Lucario has 5 more base Special Attack than his Physical Attack. So if you look at the stats, technically a Special Attack Lucario is slightly better, although I'd say they're both pretty even just by looking at the issue of movesets and all that. So really, whichever one you want is fine. You could even do a mixed up build, but we're not really going to go into that. That's like super complicated. Anyway, we have Special Attack natures such as Modest, Mild, or Rash would be good, or of course a speed such as Timid, Hasty, or Naive. Anything I said for speed on the physical also goes for the special. You want to have that speed to compensate for the damage you'll be having from him. But when we get to the movesets, a nice moveset you can have would be Aura Sphere. That's going to be his most important move. You can also get Focus Blast on him, and that's an even stronger move. However, Aura Sphere always hits, so I think the accuracy of that is definitely a little bit better than having the extra damage of Focus Blast. He can learn Dragon Pulse at level 60, which is a great move if you're fighting dragons, special attack as well. And he learns Calm Mind, so you can increase your special attack, just as you would with Swords Dance. But you also want to TM him Flash Cannon. Now here's the downside about Lucario. He is fighting Steel, but he doesn't naturally learn any Steel moves. As a special attacker, you can teach him Flash Cannon, and this will definitely make up for that, because it's a strong Steel attack. You'll get 120 power if you add in a Stab, and it does a good amount overall. But with a special attacker, you can also look at more TMs and get those going for him. Now, of course, you may want Psychic, so you can counter those pesky fighting types that you'll be going up against. So you could replace that for, say, Dragon Pulse. I don't personally like using Dragon moves, because they're only good against Dragon, unless you have a Dragon and it's a Stab. You know, this is only going to be good against one type of Pokemon, so that's probably the first thing I would replace there. Flash Cannon is, of course, a must on a special attack Lucario. You definitely want to have that. Focus Blast, as I said, it has 120 power. It does more, but its accuracy is lower, so really make that choice your own if you want Aura Sphere or Focus Blast. I think Aura Sphere is a little bit better in general. And, of course, you can also get Shadow Ball on him, which if you would like to, replace that for your stat raising thing, and you can have an all-around attacker. But the reason I have a Riolu out here is because if you decide to, let me just get a rare candy here, if you decide to level him up, take a lot of time for him to evolve into a Lucario, then you can level him up at 47 and learn Nasty Plot, which I would say is a little bit better than Calm Mind, because it increases their special attack by 2 stages, as opposed to just the 1 from Calm Mind, although Calm Mind also raises special defense. So I think Nasty Plot's a little bit better, because it pretty much doubles the special attack, from what I understand. So you can go ahead and teach him that, and then eventually he will level up into a Lucario, and have that in his moveset. But overall, you can have either one of these Lucarios. They will be a very effective Pokemon. A great Pokemon to have on your team, because their stats are all around decent. So they're probably not going to get one hit. They may very well issue out many one hits and do very well. Now when it comes to choice items, of course, since they are fast and good attackers, choice, I guess hold items I meant, but choice items will be good for that. So of course, you know, you could put a physical on them, you could put a choice scarf on them. If you have a, we'll put it this way, if you have a attacking nature one or a special attacking nature, then you can definitely go with the choice scarf, because that'll make up for the speed. But if you have one of the speed ones, then you can go for another item on him, such as the choice band or choice spectacles. Also, another thing that would be good on him is, of course, you know, a metronome if you want to do and same attack over in a row, but they have enough versatility that you may not want to do that, but that also leaves the options open to do that when they switch out Pokemon and other stuff like that. There's actually a lot more hold items that have been added, most of them not really much use, but you can definitely, let's see, where are we gonna find them here? And here they are. So you can definitely give him, let's see, you can give him a metal coat if you have a special attacker, and he'll do more with that flash cannon. A shell bell because he'll be doing a lot of damage and he has enough health to get it back. You're going to want a Soothe Bell when you're leveling him up to get that happiness. Or you could also do a Razor Fang or King's Rock if you want him to do a little bit of flinching, perhaps. There's definitely more options you can do with the Lucario, so just, give him what item you have for the most part. Anyway, I believe that is going to be the end of it. Hopefully, this will encourage you guys to use one of these on your team, even though I think most people are trying to use one of these regardless since it's such a cool Pokemon. But I'll leave that option up to you. If you have enjoyed this episode, make sure you leave a like. Let me know what you thought of the episode in the comments down below. And I'll see you next time where we're probably going to go over Wailord. So, see you then. Have a great day, and goodbye.